This is the story of abuse, intimidation, and forced marriage somewhere in the eastern part of Nigeria. This story is titled, Amoka's Bride Price. My people, listen with your ears, not just your hearts. This is not just a tale. It is a mirror. A mirror of our land, our daughters, our silence. Come close, let me tell you about a girl they called Amoka. Amoka was 13. Slender as a yam tendril, bright-eyed like the morning dew resting on okra leaves. She loved running to the stream, laughing with her cousin Ifunanya, and learning from her school teacher, Miss Edeora. She wanted to be a nurse. Not the hospital kind, no. The one who'd go from compound to compound with a wooden box, curing children with cough and mothers with fever. Her father, Paul Okoro, was a farmer who believed in hard work. But his farm had grown lean. The last planting season failed. His debts were swelling like the belly of a goat with no pasture. Then came Chief Odra. A man with a wide belly, white beards like cotton, and a voice that boomed like a generator. He arrived in a Mercedes-Benz with tinted glass and sprayed perfume that choked the air. He greeted Paul Okoro with 2 bottles of schnapps and a black nylon bag filled with 500 Nigerian Naira notes. "I heard you have a daughter ripe like an odora fruit," he said. "Let her come and sweeten my old age." Amoka's mother, Mama Ezen, begged her husband in hushed tones that night, "She's just a child. Leave her." But poverty is a cruel teacher. Her father said, "A girl must marry one day. If not Chief, then who?" There was no joy. No dance. Only masquerades that refused to come out. Amoka wore a wrapper too big for her small frame. Her eyes were heavy, but her voice was gone. At the compound of Chief Odra, she was handed over like yam tubers. His first wife, Neka, sneered, "You're not the first. Just behave yourself." Chief came knocking, softly first. Then louder. "Open the door. A wife must obey." The door was opened. The light went out. A scream was muffled by the walls. By 15, she had a child. A boy. Weak and always coughing. He died at 6 months. She became pregnant again. That child too didn't make it. The second wife mocked her. "Your womb is as empty as your head." Chief no longer came at night. But he kept her locked, fed her with leftover yam porridge, and warned, "If you run, your parents will pay me back every naira." She often sat behind the compound, drawing in the sand. Her drawings were always the same. A little girl, wearing a school uniform, holding a chalk. It was the day of a community meeting. Miss Edora had returned from Enugu, now working with a women's rights group. She spotted Amoka by the tree, her stomach flat again, her eyes dull, her voice still missing. "Amoka," she asked gently. Amoka turned, and a tear broke loose before her mouth could form a word. That evening, Miss Edora, "A child is not a bride. Let the land not be cursed by the cries of its daughters." Some elders grumbled. Others looked away. But one old woman, Mama Uche, stood up and said, "I married at 14. Lost 5 children. Let her go before her bones are buried beside mine." With the help of the women's group and a sympathetic police officer, Amoka was removed from Chief's compound under the cover of dusk. Chief threatened thunder and brimstone. But the law was watching now. And this time, the village listened. Paul Okoro was fined and shamed at the square. His head bowed low, not from guilt but from awakening. Amoka stayed with Miss Edeora. She started night school. She learned to smile again. She walked without fear. Years passed. By 20, she wore a nurse's uniform not from a dream but from a journey carved in pain and courage. The moon does not curse the darkness. It waits to rise. Let every village that sells its daughters remember. What is sold may return, not as a wife, but as a witness. May we listen to our girls, before silence buries. This story may meet you in a different space but the pain is real. Thousands of Nigerian children face forced marriage every year. The impact is lifelong. Education, dialogue, and community-based resistance are the keys to change. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to this channel for more interesting stories like this. Like, share and comment change for this story to reach everyone that cares to listen. This is AfriTales, where we share stories beyond the screen. See you on the other side.